I'm really excited by the secondments that we have. Two fantastic opportunities and two completely different areas as well. We've had our initial meetings with London City Airport, and in 2 weeks' time we'll be flying in an expert in the RFID world to the lab, and there will be people coming from London City Airport as well as BAA. And we'll be looking at technologies in the RFID world which would be applicable for airports, and basically the aviation industry, you know, or in total really. A couple of the things that we have discussed with London City Airport is the baggage handling system. Currently they don't use the RFID at all at the airport, and we've seen in the past the sort of problems it can create, you know, especially with you've got the good example of the Terminal 5 at Heathrow. So what we'll be doing is possibly working with them to create a solution in our college premises. So we were discussing London City Airport donating a conveyor belt system or part of it to us. And then what we would do was we would trial out with various RFID companies different types of readers and different types of tags, and experiment and continue to sort of work on this until we have a sort of a foolproof 100% sort of working solution. With West Ham United, there are a number of different areas we'll be sort of looking at with them, exploring where technology, RFID technology can be used, and nanotechnology as well. Firstly, West Ham United, they have a hotel on the premises. We want to be able to ensure that the cleaners, when they're actually going to maintain the rooms, they can check, they can actually, using mobile phones or mobile devices as they enter the room and they've completed the task, they can sort of basically touch the phone to the tag, and that will come up with a menu, and that will indicate has the job been done, or does any maintenance work is required in the room, whether it's in the bathroom, wherever it might be, whether the bar needs to be refilled, and a number of different options will come up, and all they would do is press that. Normal kitchen towel, very absorbent. What we've done, we've treated the middle section with nanofluid for fabrics, and there are different types of nanofluids applicable for wood, metal, stone, fabrics. Now the outside hasn't been treated. Now if I were to pour Ribena there, you see it's immediately getting absorbed. Now the middle section is not quite dry yet, but let's try and see what happens. If I were to pour, you can see it's not actually being absorbed, but remember that this is kitchen towel and it didn't immediately absorb that, and it's still slightly damp, and you wouldn't normally use it on kitchen towel because you want it to absorb things, but if it was applicable, if it's applied to fabrics, you'd be able to see that it doesn't actually do that, and you see at the other end it's just completely just come out, hasn't absorbed it, and it's gone right through. Whereas the bit that wasn't treated is completely absorbed it, and it's wet and there's nothing there. That's great. The type of technologies we've got in the lab, for example, here we've got for an entry system, when people are, event management system, if people are sort of coming in to visit the lab, or if they're going to an event that we're holding, we would take the details down of the people, and we would then print their names and their company details on these type of paper passive tags, and basically the antennas printed on the back of the paper. Now for people who, if you want to use this type of system on permanent staff, you wouldn't use the paper ones. You would get a card type system. So for example, here's another one from Trovan. an ID card, and you could print whatever you would like on there, person's name, your company logo and so on, and then anybody wearing this tag, wherever they moved around within your building, college campus, wherever it may be, you would locate them. Okay. Here's another type of tag. This type of tag would be used to tag animals or even people. And here you can see this particular one make is by Trovan. You can see if I were to, you can see it's reading. If I press the reader button, and then it would automatically come up with the ID of the tag. Here is a different type of tag, and this is a heavy-duty one placed on a metal plate. This would be used to secure down heavy equipment in an office building or workshops or wherever. There are lots of different types of tags, and some of them don't actually even look like tags. They just look like bits of plastic you can buy in B&Q, really. I'll show you some of the ones that we have from Intermec. And here you can see that was the inside of the tag that we gave for people. Here, the plastic piece like this, if I were to go to B&Q, I'd think that this would be used to sort of, attach two bits of, wood together or whatever, but it's amazing. You just cannot tell there's a, tag inside that as well. Here we've got an antenna, and that would be able to pick up the various types of tags depending on the frequency. So you've got passive tags, you've got active tags, and you'd have different types of readers that would pick those up. Here's a wave trend application that we have, and it's a very small reader in comparison to the one that's on top over there, which is the passive reader for Intermec.